Welcome to the 4th Central Pennsylvania Theater and Dance Festival. Central Pennsylvania has a thriving performing arts community. So many talented performers, technical crews, and volunteers. The Central Pennsylvania Theater and Dance Festival provides an opportunity for dozens of performing arts organizations to show everyone what they can do. The festival has a bright future, and we look forward to return to live performances. Enjoy.
And welcome, everyone. I'm going to bring everybody into our stream that has joined us so far.
Hello. Girl power.
Women. Oh, there we go.
Women power. Oh, sorry. That was ill-timed. Sorry, Evan and Paul. Welcome.
And internet has been having fun with all of us today. So occasionally, I think every one of us today has had some connectivity issues, and even though we're directly plugged in. So welcome. It is official. It is 2021. It is the 4th annual Central PA Theater and Dance Fest. It started officially a minute ago. We have live streaming going on basically at Broadway on demand. You buy your tickets and you get 48 hours of continuous watching of anybody on this stage. I think everyone that's on the camera right now is in a show somewhere. So you can catch all of us. And tonight we're going to talk a little bit about how you get those tickets. But more importantly, I want to meet the actual people behind all of these things. So let's put, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put Michelle and Stella up. They always love when I make them go first, right? Let's see if we'll do it. And then we'll make them the big screen. Yay! So tell us a little bit about how you guys got into improv and why improv, and do you still talk to one another after a show?
Yeah. Well, I'll let you answer that last question. Yeah. How I got into improv. And I just posted this on my Facebook page. I was a teenage mime, and so it was really a natural thing. And but after high school, I was very active in all the plays and everything, and had interests, had dreams, as I remember Elaine once said a few performances ago, like in the before times. And then I did other stuff, and one day there I was at Webster's sipping on a nice fruity tisane, and Elaine came up to me and said, "You should sign up for the improv boot camp with the Central PA Theater and Dance Fest." Yeah,
I did.
And I did, and I haven't stopped doing improv ever since. Yay! And yeah, can't stop, won't stop. You like to fill folks in on how you got involved and how we started with QVC.
Okay. Well, probably, I think it was over like Thanksgiving break or something a few years ago, like before the pandemic. We were watching QVC late at night because we thought it was so funny. And that just made us keep watching it. And we were like, we made fun of it at first, but then we were just like, talk about it. And then she was already into improv when we started. And she was just like, hey, I think we're really funny. We could have a show. So then people just gave us a show.
They gave us a show.
We love it. And you guys got to work with one of my favorite people who I'm also related to, but Amy McKay, right?
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you for that wonderful opportunity, Cynthia and Elaine and Amy, because that class was so beautiful and like reignited my love and fun for improv. And then she actually, like, I did a coaching session with her a couple of weeks ago, like before this, and it was just wonderful. And like, I got to do improv with Amy McKay, and I was so excited.
Yeah.
And now we do it all the time. And do we talk after our shows?
No, we get into huge fights afterwards. We don't speak.
We just have to see if you think that's true or not. Sometimes there's some embellishment of the truth in the improvisation, although we try to stay true to truth, right?
Yeah.
But they're still making stuff up. And you can catch us, like, our regular show times are with Socially Distant Improv. So if you go to @Socially Distant Improv on Instagram.
Underscore.
Wait, well, first I was just going to
okay.
say about Socially Distant Improv. So if you go to the Socially Distant Improv Instagram account, 4 to 5 Sundays, you can catch us. And we also are on Odd Date Wednesdays at 6:30. We're on Highwire Improv on their YouTube. And if all that's making your head explode, just follow us. We put our new Instagram account, yay, underneath at QVC_commentary, and that's on Instagram. And you can find out all our latest shows and festivals and stuff. And it is such our pleasure. Thank you so much for finding a space for us in this amazing theater and dance festival.
So yay.
Yay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Cool.
And let me move stuff around. And yes.
Yay.
Happy Pride.
Woo! Yeah, and what's cool about that is you can see the shows asynchronously and still make it down to the Pride Festival tomorrow in the afternoon on the streets and in the park.
There you go.
And we'll go through and list all the Pride events here in a few minutes as we get to the end of the broadcast and start talking about everything that's happening this weekend. It's the Marcinkevich family. Woo!
Hello. We
We
squeezed us all into one frame, so that's an accomplishment in
So
itself.
who wants to come up with a question for them?
Oh, nothing hard.
Isn't your name hyphenated? Missed that one.
Sorry.
Isn't your last name hyphenated?
Actually, no. It's an Americanized Lithuanian name, so it's really awkward for pretty much everybody.
It was awkward.
Got lost in translation.
Yeah.
It was awkward for me the first time I put Evan's name in a program, and
Yeah.
Oops.
Okay, so fun family theater story. Go.
Bard and Belfont a couple of years ago. That was one of the first times we really got Evan involved. So we were all dressed in our best Shakespeare wear, and Evan got to die many wonderful, funny deaths and do all sorts of things. And that was really fun.
It was really fun. Also fun was Much Ado About Nothing, where Carrie and I was fun because we got to hurl insults at each other in front of a live audience, and that was entertaining. And Evan got to play a villain and a priest and lots of other fun parts of it. So it got all of us involved. Pretty
Aw.
Our dog wants
and our
to
dog
play.
wants to be part of it.
We should do at the end of the festival, pets of the festival. So we get everybody's pets, right? Like
Right,
have them
right.
join us.
Yeah. Well, we're so honored that you come and play with us. Carrie, Evan, and Paul, and sometimes the other team members of the family, and some of the pets sometimes come out and play too. So that's wonderful. It's really great. Paul's been doing so much of our technical, management during these live shows. That's something I know I'm really grateful to, because I don't know how to do it. So.
It's been fun. It's been a neat,
And-
new thing to learn.
And one of our broadcasters for T-Fest News.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys did a great job today. That was really fun. I still learned something.
Yeah. Well, that's great. That means we're doing it right, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
So tell us about your show, because you have a 1-minute play that is more than 1 minute, but
Yeah.
Yes.
a 2-minute long 1 minute play, I guess. So 2 to 3 minutes.
Yes, it's a 2-minute, 1-minute play. And it's between two people who clearly don't really care about each other, are pretty focused about themselves. One of them is not in a good place in life, and the other's trying to be nice but doesn't really care. And it's the exchange between them, and it might sound familiar.
Yep.
Hopefully not too familiar, though.
Yeah, a very interesting, awkward, and it's framed as a very interesting, awkward Zoom moment, and it was fun. It was fun to do.
And they also got to work with Amy McKay for a while. So,
Mhm.
hey, that whole that blood relationship that I can, use at any point in life. Evan, we hope, is going to be with us for some old time radio, I think, right?
Sure.
Did I just make him do that now and agree right now on camera? And Shakespeare on Sunday. Do we have him for Shakespeare on Sunday?
Yeah. Good long enough for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you come live. We just volunteer you if you weren't going to sign up. So yay, who am I going to pick next?
I just saw Anne.
I know, that's where I was going.
Hi, Anne. Oh, unmute yourself, hon.
I feel like I'm skulking around in the dark because my new ring light just came in. I haven't turned it on. I haven't set it up yet.
Oh.
So Anne, why dance? Why should we dance?
We should dance because it's part of our human beingness. Dance is our expression of the soul.
Nice.
As Isadora Duncan would say.
So Anne has been with us since the beginning, right? From year one, she has been teaching classes for free outside when we were outside, where you could learn modern dance. She's running the Modern Dance Challenge. You want to tell them a little bit about that?
Yeah, actually, it's not hard. We're gonna. I did it in only 3 sections because we'll be repeating the material for each verse of the song, and we're dancing to Birds by Imagine Dragons. So it's kind of a fun, uplifting dance, uplifting and kind of spiritual in a way. Yeah, I think you could you can look back at the 3 challenges and look at the material. They'd probably do that in a half an hour at some point, and then join us. I'll run the whole thing through with a review, and then we'll just do it with the music. It should be fun.
And that's Sunday at 5:30.
Yes, that's
and
correct.
All of the sections, the 3 sections, you can find on video on our website, on our Facebook page, on our YouTube channel. So you can learn all of this, practice it over and over again, right?
Yes, that's right.
And then come dance with us.
That's right. It's a video on all of those places, and even on my Facebook page, on the Van Dance Facebook page. And then you can just play it, rewind, play again. If you feel like you need to practice anything that I'm doing over and over.
It's great.
Yeah.
And then Van Dance is with us for 2 performances. One of our ticketed events, which is the dance showcase with Allied Motion and Dimitri Myers, right?
Correct.
And
Yes.
then Sunday night, our parting end of festival at 7 p.m. Van Dance is going to kick us off with a brand new piece. So Anne, tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so that brand new piece is something that we've been doing at an outdoor site in State College, and sort of taking the energy of that site and our connection with the elements of living on this earth. So we're sort of been working with the elements of earth, metal, water, and wood and fire, and dancing those, and sort of kind of honoring the place. And we're doing this in downtown State College at the MLK Plaza, and we'll be honoring that space through dance and movement and poetry and music by Kathy Herrera.
Nice.
Yeah. And our own Cynthia is going to be reading the poetry, and the poets are from the New York Poetry Society. So they're May Day poems that they did during the pandemic last year, and they wrote them as a collaboration. So it's a lot of elements coming together.
Nice.
Lovely.
That's
So
beautiful.
yeah, I'm going to move Elaine to the hot seat.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
That's my big head.
So, and I think we also had someone else join us, and I'll get Jessica in here with us too in a sec.
Oh, cool.
So, Elaine, you've been talking about the festival a lot. How about talking about words and literature, and why, especially, you and I find this so important. So talk to us.
Yeah, as actors, we keep ourselves fit, you know, in order to do all of the things that the theater requires of us. But one of the ways, part of the other part of us that we have to exercise all the time is our spirit and our minds, our emotions, our souls. And that was a beautiful quote that Anne said about dance. I really am touched so much by the lyrical nature of poetry. I love to listen to poetry. And of course, I own a bookstore. I love books. That goes without saying. But I really enjoy bringing literature, especially working with you, Cynthia, with Tempest Productions. When we do these pieces that bring those words to life, it's a chance to stop all the noise in the world and to really focus on the beauty of what we as humans create with and for and, you know, and of each other. And I really am so honored to share this with you. And I think the festival is a great testament to that. You know, I love a good, what was I going to say, a good tennis match, but there's something that really stirs in my soul when I watch people perform. And so I'm so grateful to have this chance to be part of this festival. So thank you.
Yay. I'm going to move Elizabeth to the hot seat. Woo. So first I'm going to ask you a question because you're going to close us out with a poem. And then I've got Josephine and Jessica in there. And I know the Marcinkiewicz family has to head somewhere, I think. So if they end up leaving our screen, we'll talk about them after they're gone. But
all nice things.
Elizabeth, we met, was it 8 years ago?
8 years ago.
Through Shakespeare.
Yep.
And now she will regret that for the rest of her life.
One of the best decisions I have ever made.
So tell me something about your favorite character or your favorite play, or why should we still play with Shakespeare?
So Julius Caesar still holds my heart for being my favorite Shakespeare. It's what brought Cynthia and I together. I got to play Brutus and I got to kill Caesar, which was one of the coolest things I've ever done on stage, even though I was in 6th grade. I loved it. It was amazing. Highlight of middle school. But so I did that in middle school, and then I had to read Shakespeare in high school. And to be honest, I hated it because Shakespeare is not something that you can just read the words on the paper. It's about acting it out and presenting it and getting all the dirty jokes that he puts in there. You have to bring it to life. You can't just sit there and read it on a page. It's useless that way. I read Romeo and Juliet again in college and loved it because we looked at it as a performance piece. It's a script and it's meant to be performed. So the only good way to interact with Shakespeare is to play with it, perform it with friends, perform it with people you know, riff with each other, really feed on that energy because that's how it works. It doesn't work just on the page. It works in the mouths of actors and actresses working together to just bring his story to life.
I didn't even pay her to say that, and I wish I had. Sunday at 2 p.m. Do I have that correct? Yes. Sunday at 2 p.m. is our community Shakespeare in your backyard, where you pick your own monologues, you pick your own scenes, you pick your own sonnet, and you just join us on Zoom, and we're going to play with Shakespeare. And we're going to listen to each other and talk with each other and die our most dramatic deaths because I can't help myself. And, you know, that's kind of the fun we're going to do. And Jessica, unfortunately, was not here at the beginning of the broadcast, so she doesn't know what I'm going to do to her next, which is put her in the hot seat. Welcome.
Hello.
So you've been with us in the festival pretty much since the beginning, on and off, as a performer, as a reader. You've taken some classes. Tell us what you like most about theater. It doesn't have to be about the festival, but why do you do theater?
I do theater because it's the scariest thing to do. I feel the most alive when I do theater. I think it really, and personally, I find like I don't know if anybody else has had this experience, but I'm finding my own voice by being other voices. I find my own confidence and sense of self by actually trying out other people's lives. And
Yay.
but it's partially because I feel most alive. I mean, as scary as it is sometimes to stand there and forget your line and freak out, it's pretty. One feels the most alive. I mean, why do we, So that's why I do it, and I'm glad to get a chance to do it again.
Yay, thanks.
Yes.
All right, who's left to get in the hot seat?
Me. Hi.
So your
Hey.
turn. Why theater? And then tell us something about an big upcoming day tomorrow. But why do you do theater?
Oh man, I ask myself that question a lot over like most of my life. And I think Jessica put it really beautifully. There's a way of seeing the world and seeing yourself through other people, other characters, and as Elaine said, literature and language and words. The old teacher in me has to say how lucky, Elizabeth, you are that Cynthia was your first teacher of Shakespeare. Because yes, it's not to be read, it's to be performed. And so there's all kinds of cool, congratulations, young woman. So that I'm going to use as a segue into taking the written script and performing it, because the big events tomorrow, or on the list of big events, are the readings of the winners of this year's playwriting competition. And through the year, playwrights from literally all over the world submit their plays. These are shows that have not been produced yet. And so they're in a very interesting phase of the development of that piece. This year we had 41 one-act submissions, which we culled down to 3. And okay, see how many shorts? Over 100.
105.
Yeah, 6. So the committee who read those, again, that's a really interesting process to talk about these things and how we read them and what we think, and which would we love to see perform in. So tomorrow, starting at 11 o'clock with the 6 short pieces, and then through the afternoon at 2, 4, and 6 o'clock, the one-act pieces will be read by professional and avocational performers from all over the country that have worked with Cynthia and lots of us here in State College. So it will be a workshop table reading. And so the actors have worked with the scripts. The playwrights will be there. And the really wonderful thing is to have there's an interaction then, a conversation between the performers and the audience and the playwright. So it's a wonderful part of the playwright's process and the performer's process. So it's a blast. And the plays range from almost silly to very serious, lyrical, ironic, sweet, sour. And it's just a blast. I hope you can join us.
Yay.
Yay.
I'm going to bring everybody back. Is it going to let me do it? Yes.
Hi.
Yeah. So I want to remind everybody that what Josephine was just referring to was many of the free events. We want to make it clear that if you go to the website, if you're not able to purchase a ticket, that's okay. We still love you. You can still watch the playwriting competition, the Shakespeare event, the Old Time Radio. And those are found through the Facebook and the YouTube channel. And you'll find that link on centralpatheater.com.
Yay.
All right. We're going to end with a poem. Elizabeth, you've got something for us, and we're going to put it behind our lovely Percy.
Jellicle cats develop slowly. Jellicle cats are not too big. Jellicle cats are roly-poly. They know how to dance a gavotte and a jig. Until the Jellicle moon appears, they make their toilet and take their repose. Jellicle cats wash behind their ears. Jellicles dry between their toes.
And you can get to meet Sir Percy Moore. There'll be more poetry from Percy during the T-Fest news coming up. Everyone that you see on the screen is a part of this festival and performing this weekend. So come out. Wait, come out. Oh, I'm so used to saying it.
Tune in.
Jane, fix it.
Tune in.
So tune in, and we'll see you throughout the festival.
Thank you.
Thank
Can't wait to
you.
watch all of you.
Thanks.
Look forward to seeing you.
Bye.
See you later.